Okay, shoes don't just make the man, they make the outfit, and they are the most high impact and the quickest path to updating your wardrobe for any season. So in today's video, I've got 18 shoe styles that are trending for fall 2025. I feel like there is something for everybody on today's list. So welcome. If you're new here, my name is Netta. There are a lot of new people here. I'm super excited. My YouTube channel has been growing, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm super happy that you're here. My whole goal here is to help women over 50, women just like you, build a wardrobe that they love, because I believe, and I've experienced this in my life and with my clients, that having that wardrobe that just makes life easier and makes us feel more confident can really change our daily experience, our daily existence. So I really feel like we can have better days through style. It's one of the few things in this world that we can control, and so I'm passionate about it. So super glad that you're here, and I'm excited to share a couple of my upcoming resources with you. I'm very close to being done with my fall Modern Classics wardrobe guide. It is completely redesigned. So if you've seen my Modern Classics wardrobe guides in the past, this is going to be completely different. I've got links to specific videos that are going to talk you through a step-by-step process to analyzing, assessing, filling in the blanks in your wardrobe, and then building out a wardrobe that's really going to serve you for fall and winter. I'm also hosting a free outfits masterclass every other week through fall. You'll want to check the description box and the pinned comment for that as well. You won't want to miss it. Like, I'm really sharing all the secrets to building an outfit that's going to make you look and feel your best. Okay, so let's get into shoes. Super excited about today's topic. I'm a shoe girl. At the risk of sounding like a fashion cliche, I'm 100% a shoe girl. I feel like there are bad girls, there are shoe girls, there are, I don't know what the other things are, like jewelry girls. Shoes are my love language. And I will tell you that, you know, in the same way that I was talking about, like how when we look at Pinterest images and we see dated images from like 2015 or 2010 or whatever, we see dated outfit images. The quickest way to evaluate whether an outfit image that you're using for inspiration is out of style or dated, or if it's old or if it's modern, is to look at the shoes. Shoes are going to give it away. And so because shoes can give away when an outfit is dated, they can also easily update an outfit. And so these shoe styles on today's list are going to be easy, instant updates. And even if you're not a shoe girl, I would consider, and I would highly recommend, starting with the shoes when you're looking at your fall updates, because you can take the Modern Classics, like in my Modern Classics wardrobe guide, add a couple of updated shoes and instantly get a fresh look for fall without buying any new clothes. It's just an easy way to instantly like refresh everything you're wearing. I call it the new shoe theory. Old outfit plus new shoes equals new outfit. Like, as soon as you take something that you used to love and maybe feels a little humdrum and you add a new pair of shoes to it, you're gonna get a completely fresh look. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm super excited about some of these trends. The first trend that we're seeing is the slim sneaker. Now, I've alluded to this. I've talked about this briefly in the past. Now, chunky sneakers, dad sneakers, oversized sneakers, like the really big orthopedic style sneakers, those are not in style right now. We're not seeing them at all. And so if you do have a pair of chunky sneakers, I would say reserve those for athletic use only. Like, those are your workout shoes now. They are not styling shoes or, shoes that you add to outfits. You know how I believe that we all need a fashion sneaker. Now, some of you say, I don't want to wear a sneaker with a dress. You don't have to wear a sneaker with a dress unless you want to. I'm a big advocate of it because I think it's a much more modern look than many of the comfort shoes that we're leaning on when we want to wear dresses. But if you're going to pair a sneaker with outfits this season, make it a slim sneaker. So, of course, Prada brought in the sneakerinas, but there are others. They're like slim. They're kind of a little bit retro looking. We saw them with tailored suiting. We saw them with dresses. One of the cool styles right now, I talked about my Vivaya. Vivaya has a couple of styles of this, the Christina, and I don't remember what the other style is, but I'll pop them up here. These are sleek sneakers, and these are ballet flat sneaker hybrids. We're seeing a lot of that, but even if this isn't your style, we're seeing just a lot of slim, sleek, retro style sneakers. I love these. These are a lot easier to style, a lot more flattering to the foot, a lot less heavy in terms of what they add to an outfit. Another style that's really trending is the is it Puma? It's Puma, right? Not Puma, Puma. The Speed Cat. These are like revived, and this is in kind of like reinforcing this lean silhouette that we're seeing in sneakers. So again, I love these sneakers. Sneakers are super practical, super wearable, and also this season super stylish. A lot easier to style these slim sneakers than chunky sneakers. I'm just gonna go there. Now, along the same lines, we really are kind of seeing a move away from chunky shoes in general, which I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing because I think chunky shoes can be very hard to style and can be sometimes unflattering. They shorten the leg line and they look blocky. That said, they're also a lot of fun, so I'm not like, ruling out chunky sneakers or chunky shoes for life. But right now we're really seeing sleeker shoes. So that includes sock boots as opposed to platform boots. So we're seeing like a move away from like chunky moto boots, platform boots, lug sole boots, like really big like Doc Marten style boots. We're not seeing that as much this season. Instead, we're seeing a return to the sock boot. So the sock boot, it like hugs your foot or your leg, foot and leg all the way up. And just again, it's sort of like a second skin. We're seeing these in leather as well as in knits. I have several sock boots that are knit material, so I'm personally very happy to see these trending. Often they have sleek pointed toes, but we're also seeing square toe versions and low to mid heels. So it's a very wearable, very comfortable, very practical. Again, Vivaya does these really, really well, but there are a lot of brands that do these knit kind of boots right now. They don't have hardware on them. They're very sleek. They're very simple. What's great about these is that they're, again, easy to style, especially with dresses, and anything bulky like a sleek shoe can really balance it out nicely and add flattery. So we saw this on Balmain. They had sharp toes on the runway at Balmain. Miu Miu showed them and paired them with layered looks. Fendi had knit and jersey versions of these, and they looked really refined. So it's just a great, exciting trend. Again, many of us have sock boots in our wardrobe, and this is an opportunity to break them out. Okay, the next trend is the boat shoe. Now we're kind of moving away from the lug sole loafer. Loafers are still 100%, and loafers will always be a fall trend. And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go back to my trends, earlier trends videos where I talked about the more dramatic a trend, the more extreme a trend goes, the more likely it is to date. So lug sole loafers are not trending right now, but regular loafers are one of those timeless shoe styles. So definitely continue to wear your regular loafers, but they're also joined by boat shoes. And I haven't seen boat shoes as a trend in a long time. And I even saw like boat shoe looking boots, which I thought was very interesting. So preppy classics reimagined. They're in suede, they're in patent leather, they're in unexpected colors, styled with skirts and trousers, not just casually, not just on the boat, but they're styled and they're dressed up. So Tom Brown showed these. I mean, we saw them a lot. It's part of that whole preppy aesthetic and that modern academia aesthetic that is happening for fall 2025. Okay, the next one, I'm super excited about these. We haven't seen these in a while, and I will say these are one of the trends that if you like it, you may want to buy an updated version because they do not look like they used to. And it's a peep toe. It's a peep toe. So we're seeing peep toe flats, we're seeing peep toe wedges, we're seeing peep toe pumps, we're seeing peep toe boots, but they look very different and very modern and very sleek, and I love them, love them. So they have, they're in satin, they're in suede, they're metallics, often styled with opaque tights. If you're like, why are they finally showing toes, but it's in fall? We're seeing them with tights a lot. In Florida, they're a year-round, a year-round option, but we saw these at Fendi, at Miu Miu, at Ferragamo, at Tory Burch, with like mid-length skirts and wide trousers. They're just such a cool. This is one of my favorite shoe trends for fall, and I'm really looking into buying a pair of peep toes. I just think they're different, and I feel like we've seen a lot of the same shoes over the last few years, and this season we're seeing a shift in everything in trends, and definitely in shoes. I love these. I love these. Okay, the next trend is one I'm personally very invested in and very excited about. And my theory, I've spoken about it in the past. If you're new here, you may not have heard this, but I have a theory that every outfit can be improved by a leopard shoe. Every single outfit can be improved by honestly, try to prove me wrong. Which outfit cannot be improved by a leopard shoe? Like, I just feel like it makes everything look cuter. And apparently designers are agreeing with me because animal print of every description is on the runway for fall 2025, and it's showing up a lot in shoes. So if you're like, I can't do, I don't don't feel like a leopard dress is my thing or a leopard outfit is my thing. If you feel like that's too much, consider a leopard shoe. And if leopard is not your thing for whatever reason, and if it's not your thing, we may actually need to have a conversation, because I feel like I can talk you into it. But we're going to see all sorts of other animal textures, like zebra, we're seeing croc, we're seeing python, we're seeing snakeskin, we're seeing cow, we're seeing deer, like that spotted kind of look, on pumps, on boots, on clogs. They are treated as neutrals this season, and they are very, very, very versatile. It's a lot of python, again, a lot of leopard, a lot of animal prints, and a lot of croc, a lot of animal prints and textures in general, and I love it. They are an instant wardrobe and outfit elevator. They make everything look cooler, and they're neutral. The great thing about animal prints is that they are neutral, so they go with colored outfits as well as neutral outfits. I just love them. I think they're way, way more versatile than we give them credit for. Roberto Cavalli, Fendi, Dolce & Gabbana, of course, all the Italians leaning into, all the Italian designers leaning into animal prints. I love it. I love it, because their style is so glamorous. Animal print footwear, matching coats and tights. I just love it. I love it. Anyway, again, you can do these with the tights, which I will be talking about again and again and again. Next, this is a little different. This is the slipper flat. These literally look like the old Deer Foam's house slippers, but like in satin or in suede or in like luxurious fabrics. But that's what they look like. They're like a scuff slipper, like that you slide your foot into. I don't know how I feel about these. I mean, I think they're cool because they're like, it's a juxtaposition of something that should be a house style, but it's done in these like glamorous materials. So I kind of like that. Some of the satin ones feel a little bit too slipper adjacent for me. Like, I'm just like, oh, like I feel like that's a little bit too, but like in suede or something, we're seeing them in shearling, we're seeing them again in satin, we're seeing them in velvet. Comfort translated into kind of elevated day wear. The Row featured pared down slipper flats. Loewe featured plush satin mules styled with oversized coats. Yeah. So we'll see how, like, I can't see trudging through the snow in these. I don't know that they're uber practical, but they definitely look comfortable. Okay, the next trend is pull-on boots. So we've seen a lot of lace-up boots the last few seasons. This season, it's all about the pull-on boots. So sleek, hardware-free boots, riding boot or knee-high silhouettes that slip on without fuss, often in leather or suede. So some of them look kind of like rain boots. Some are more like suede and more riding boot inspired, but these are pull-on style boots that don't have a lot of hardware. They're kind of sleek and simple, and again, just a pull-on style. So Victoria Beckham sent these down the runway. Hermes had equestrian inspired pull-on boots. So we see these everywhere. They're very practical for fall, winter, and if you've got a pair of pull-on boots already in your wardrobe, as many of us do, this is the season to break them out. I don't feel like these look significantly different from previous seasons. Okay, the next trend. This is one that I'm on the fence about. It's definitely not for me. Maybe it's for you. Let me know in the comments. It's the derby shoes or the school shoes. These look like a return. These are man shoes to me a little bit. But if you've got cool girl style, which I am admittedly not a cool girl, I'm a girly girl, but if you've got cool girl style, you can probably pull these off. I can't see this working for me personally, but it's kind of menswear inspired. They almost look like the shoes that men wear with suits. So like derby shoes, I don't know what the men's shoes look like. Polished lace-ups, minimalist leather ones, academic, like they kind of give it's with that whole modern academia thing that's happening. But again, they really do look like men's like lace-up style derby shoes. I used to have a pair, I used to call them jazz shoes. Does anyone remember 1983, 1984? Like I had them in pink, back when I was a Durani. I'm still a Duran Duran fan, but like I used to have them in pink, and I thought that they were cool back then. But they were like very soft leather, almost like a ballet flat derby shoe. But these are definitely more, again, menswear inspired. Alexander McQueen showed these. Prada showed these. In Prada they were patent leather, and they were shown kind of with pleated skirts. So it's the trend for that like academia preppy thing. Okay. Square toe shoes. For those of you who are like, pointy shoes are not for me, square toe shoes might be your thing. We saw these a lot. Geometric squared off toes on pumps, on boots, on flats. We also saw pointy. We saw square and we saw pointy and we saw peep toe. Those were the 3 different toes that we saw, but definitely square really went well with it, like kind of some of the minimalist tailored looks that we saw. Aliyah showed them, Victoria Beckham showed them, Stella McCartney. So lots of that square toe silhouette, and truly this is even more toe friendly, like toe box friendly than a round toe shoe. So if you struggle with, you know, finding shoes that are comfortable, or if you have wider feet, the square toe shoe is probably like the best thing for you. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is Western inspired. So Western, like cowboy boots, Now, one of my friends recently sent me a picture. Her husband was at a boot store and he wanted to buy her, this is a nice problem to have, he wanted to buy her 2 or 3 pairs of boots. And he did, but she was like, quick, help me pick up, like these are the pictures he sent me, help me pick up, you know, a couple of pairs of boots. So we chose a couple of pairs of boots. I'm gonna pop them up here, the ones that we chose. And this is the thing about Western, unless you really are like living that Western lifestyle and you really are not like an actual cowgirl, but like you really do wear cowboy boots a lot in your everyday life and they're a part of your personal style and personal aesthetic, I would say go very simple with cowboy boots or Western inspired boots, because those of us who only occasionally play like we're doing the Western thing, like we do it as a trend and not as a lifestyle, not as a personal aesthetic, we want the boots that are going to be the most versatile. So a pair of like cognac brown simple boots without a ton of detail on them, a pair of white boots which have been trending forever now, and like those are the styles that are going to be the most versatile with our actual outfits and are not going to look so heavily Western that they become hard to style. But definitely Western is absolutely having a moment. We're seeing cowboy boots with pointed toes, embroidery, angled heels, sleeker than the festival boots in past years, which I really like because again, makes them more versatile and makes them more wearable. Isabel Marant always has them. Chloe always does cowboy boots, and you know she's always got that boho aesthetic, and they're a little bit slouchier at Chloe. So okay, next is the ankle strap, which is worn high on the ankle. So I love ankle straps. Keep in mind that ankle straps can shorten your legs. They definitely can shorten your legs, especially the thicker ankle straps we're seeing this season. But I think they're so pretty. They do not elongate the leg. I've read several places, oh, these elongate the leg. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't elongate the leg, but if you are worried about your legs looking shorter, keep the ankle strap in a light color or a color close to your skin tone. That's going to help a little bit, but they're so pretty. And if you do have legs that are long for your height, like I do, I'm a short person with longish legs, I'm not worried about wearing these. But if you feel like your legs, you don't love your ankles, or you feel like your legs are a little shorter, you might want to skip these, but I love them. Dior showed them kind of sculptural ankle strap heels. Bottega Veneta showed them on kind of minimalist sandals. So we saw this kind of wide high ankle strap. I love it. Okay, the next thing is a slouchy boot. So kind of alluded to this a little. So we have the sleek sock boots, but we also have slouchy boots. And slouchy boots are back in a big way, and I think these are such a cool update. And if you have a pair of slouchy boots from you know, a couple seasons ago, as I do, I have a pair from Target that I love. This is a season to bring them out because they are going to pair really well with some of the styles that we're seeing for fall 2025. So they're relaxed boots that scrunch down the calf, often styled with midi skirts and dresses. I would say, you know, I've said this in a previous video, slouchy boots look really well with something a little bit more structured, in my opinion. We saw like loose, like flowy outfits with slouchy boots, and that can be a little bit harder. But if you've got like, you know, something that's a little bit more tailored and you pair it with slouchy boots, I think it's an easier way to wear this look. Saint Laurent had them. They had tall slouchy boots and they paired it with structured blazers, which I thought was perfect. Isabel Marant, she had like boho inspired outfits with slouchy boots. I love this. I think they're a cool trend and a very easy update. Okay, suede boots, continuing the boot theme, because obviously boots are the shoe silhouette that many of us wear in fall and winter. So suede boots were everywhere. We saw a lot of suede. So soft matte textures in camel, taupe, and chocolate brown. Chocolate brown possibly being the neutral color of the season. It is the neutral color of the season. It's just an elevated look. I love suede because suede can take you more easily from day to night than regular leather can. Tod's, Brunello Cucinelli, like everybody sent suede boots down the runway as kind of like a luxury essential. I love suede boots. Again, these don't look significantly different than seasons past, so if you have a pair of suede boots in your wardrobe, this is the time to bring them out. The next style I'm super excited to see come back. This has been trending for a couple of years and they are going strong and like hotter than ever for fall. It's the Mary Jane. So we saw Mary Jane flats and Mary Jane heels, and they were absolutely a major trend for fall 2025. So, we saw rounded toes and also squared off toes, flats, block heels, platforms, like lots, often styled with socks for retro appeal. Like, I'm going to skip the socks with my Mary Janes because I do not want to look like a toddler, but it was definitely a trend that we saw on the runway. But I love a Mary Jane. And for those of you who have narrow feet or some, for some reason, it's hard for you to find shoes that fit, there's a real advantage to having a strap. I will say that Vivaya Margot Mary Jane has that completely adjustable strap. It doesn't have holes in it. So you can close it however tight or loose you want based on how you tie the strap. So they can be a really practical shoe. Look at me making a case for one of my favorite shoe styles. But I love them. Miu Miu showed them. Simone Rocha showed them. Chanel had two-tone versions. It's all about the Mary Jane. It's all about the Mary Jane for fall. I love them. This is a great flat silhouette. If you don't love the Mary Jane, you can do the loafer, but I mean, why would you skip the Mary Jane? It's just the cutest possible shoe. Okay, clogs. I saw some, I watch runway shows and I do first-hand reporting. I'm not doing second-hand reporting, but I saw some people say, reporters, editors saying clogs are out and some saying clogs are in. I definitely saw clogs. They look different than in previous years. I'd say they're less chunky, but I saw wood, soled traditional clogs, and I also saw leather and suede clogs. One of the clogs that's absolutely been viral recently is the Birkenstock Snaple. It's kind of a polarizing clog, but some people love the Birkenstock Naples, some people hate them, but clogs are definitely having a moment. The Row showed some minimalist style clogs. Anna Sui had some like whimsical, her styles are always whimsical, I love them, clogs. So definitely we're still seeing clogs. And like I said, primarily in soft suede, but also in wooden soled versions on the runways for fall. Okay, V-front heels and flats. These are definitely a different look. Now, I actually have a pair of V-front mules from 5 years ago that are like white. I think I bought them during like COVID online or something. And I think these are so flattering because they really elongate your legs. They really have a low vamp and they show most of the top of your foot. So they are super, super flattering. And they create that long leg line because of that V that just kind of takes the eye down. It also adds like a cool sharp edge to outfits. We saw these on a lot of different shows, and I think this is going to be something we're going to start seeing show up in stores. And if you like this silhouette, this is something that can definitely add flattery to your outfits. Okay, the next one, something I'm very excited about, is the wedge heel. Because we haven't seen, again, I feel like we're seeing shoes look very different than they looked in the past, and I love it. I'm here for it. We haven't seen wedges in a long time, except for espadrilles. And so we saw them start coming back in last year, and Prada had some very cool ones. But this year we're seeing like really, really cool wedges, often in patent. They're like sleek and sculptural and minimalist looking. So this is one of the trends that I would say you want to update your wardrobe with new wedges if you like the wedge trend, rather than pulling the wedges that you've had from seasons past, because they look different. And they're beautiful, and I love them. I love them. I just think they're such a cool trend. We saw them at Ferragamo. We saw them at Bottega Veneta. Ferragamo sent Peep Toe wedges. At Bottega Veneta, they were Peep Toe, wedge boots, were really sculptural. These look minimalist and sculptural and just very, very cool and very modern and not at all a throwback. So it's a different look than we've seen, and I think it deserves a place in your wardrobe. Okay, the last trend, and again, this is one that's been trending for at least a year and a half, I don't know, for a while, and it's the mesh flat. I'm so excited that these are back. I think these are such a cool look. I'm actually really liking the mesh in all its iterations, from like a wide mesh to a more narrow mesh to like a leather mesh to even the jelly mesh. Like I've seen these all styled. I just think there's such a cool look. Like a pair of black mesh flats flats with like a slouchy pant. It's just a very, very cool update on fall, and I love it. They're breathable, often in darker tones, sometimes with embellishments, sometimes a little simpler. These are great transitional. Again, you're not going to wear these in midwinter, right? Because they're open, but I think they're a great transitional piece to style now, you know, through fall until it gets too cold. In Florida, they're a year-round shoe. Alaya showed them, Kate showed them, sometimes with sheer tights, sometimes without, but I just love these. Many of us already have these in our wardrobes. I have a couple of pairs. I'm excited to continue to wear these through fall and to feel like I'm right on trend. If you've bought a pair in the last year or two, you need to continue wearing them until, again, your toes fall off because it's too cold. Okay, so that's it. 18 fall shoe trends that will instantly update your outfits. Again, shoes are a shortcut. They're a shortcut to updating our looks for fall. And if you're overwhelmed by clothes, or you're going through a size transition, or you're going through a lifestyle transition, try a new pair of shoes with your old clothes. Everything will look better and you will feel cuter. Guaranteed. I love them. I love them. Okay, so love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so we can hang out some more. I'll see you in the next one.